Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, Dobbo. Commiserations on the defeat tonight. Just in terms of your performance tonight, discipline was a big issue tonight. Lots of penalties and obviously yellow cards. And then the lineups, you guys battled a little bit in the basic areas as well. Just reflecting on the game, are you satisfied with obviously it's defeat tonight, but are you satisfied with the performance tonight from your side? Knowing that you guys have high standards that you've seen.
No, I think that first half an hour, probably one of our worst in the URC. Certainly in terms of the areas that you suggested discipline. I think on 12 minutes we were on 5 penalties. You can't play against a team as good as the Bulls like that. It was, I don't know where that came from. It was remarkably poor. And just when we sort of kept clawing our way back into the game, we would do something else silly. I think in the second half the stats upstairs are not even 22 metre entry, 5 metre from their line entry, 0 points. Or maybe there's one more try. So uncharacteristically ill-disciplined, almost lazy performance. But I suppose what gives some solace is that when we wanted to turn it on and come back into the game, we could. We looked quite easily. I thought Warwick was magnificent, Marnie was good, Damien was good, but just generally our forwards and our discipline, our lineouts. They've got a strong contesting team up here. Always knew running some pressure, but you got a couple of missed throws and a mock, 3 lineouts. Not good enough for us tonight at all against a good Bulls team.
You think the delay perhaps maybe also sort of, I don't want to make excuses for that, but is that maybe part that the delay was quite a long delay?
Yeah, I actually thought that would we would be okay with that, because they're the home team, they've got to chase the game and come out, and it was just they got the try within 2 minutes, then we get the penalty turned around with a second shove by Andre. I've just never seen things go wrong like that. Pick and go is knocked on, Herschel's direct into touch, lost pretty much every contestant, Marnie kicked directly into touch or not 10. It was a horror show. But a product of their pressure.
Cover just, if you think the Storms have been a very composed side
Yes.
In this competition, 19-15 at halftime, did you think that could change the game in the second half?
Yeah. I thought 19-15 was generous to us. I thought that we got away with it, but it could have been worse. And then I thought the way we dominated the territory so much in the second half, I thought we were waiting for the damn walls to break. I think when BJ goes to the line, Evan thinks he got it on the line or got close to the line. Then it was a 4-point game with us, pretty much with all the momentum. Ends up with their exit scrum. We give away a penalty. Litton does 2 no arms charges into the ruck, a penalty. From that penalty, then they score the try, and that 12 points, and that sort of took the game out of us. So no, at half-time, going into the second half, till 15 minutes to go, I thought we actually, despite this, we're actually in it. A credit to them where they closed it out.
Your penalties, despite which was bad against you, you also struggled in your line-out.
Yes.
That was a big problem for you.
Yeah, no, it hurt us. Look, we mauled better, but I'm going to guess, 5 or 6 lost lines. I haven't seen the stats you done me, but and there were very few scrums in this game, and obviously that's been a weapon for us. I'm not sure it would have been an effective weapon today because with Walker back, they look pretty solid at scrum time. So yeah, that really cost us set piece and discipline, like we've been said at the start.
Dobbo, in the lead up to the game, the narrative around the streak has been a very constant one. It's been one that Jake has spoken about constantly. It's one that after the Cape Town win was clearly upset with the fact that his one of the streak had been extended. Are you in some sort of way relieved that they've actually finally won, because it kind of evens out the contest between the teams and actually now focuses whatever game that follows between the teams down to what the game that needs to be played and not the history behind a particular set of fixtures?
Yeah, I was getting irritated by that as well. Just adding, unnecessary pressure, and if there's a silver lining, it's probably that. And look, they deserve to win tonight, so it wasn't. Yeah, I agree with you. These memes and that social media stuff. You can't find that to social media. Please, it's out the way. It's out the way now.
With another 2-week break, there's never a good time to lose. But it's probably the best time to reset and refresh with a string of matches that will follow from late March onwards, pretty much until early May.
Yeah, we're actually going to Northampton for a friendly next week, which will be good for our sort of fringe guys and a good way to sort of reset after the horrors of today. But yeah, we need to get some momentum. Look, we've had a good run of momentum. And it's a funny game. And the score, I don't know what's the score, 40-22. Thoroughly well-deserved win for the Bulls. But, if Evans tries award, if Evan got that, it was, possibly another game. Rugby's so small like that. So I think, we there were signs out there in the second half which gave me real hope going forward. I don't think we've opened teams up like that for a long time. So that gives me some optimism. But we're going to have to be much better in the discipline and the line-out, which are the two areas you both raised, going into flipping La Rochelle, Ulster, potentially certainly Leinster, URC, maybe Leinster, EPCR. So, yeah, this is probably a good wake-up call for us now.
Dobbo, speaking of silver linings, when you touched on the uncharacteristic nature of the performance, do you know when to take solace on? Because, it can't get much worse than that. It's like a base. So
that's why I'm still drinking.
But Liam, we were saying in the coach's box, after 20 minutes, I've just never seen this. 8 penalties, whatever it was, towards those first 20. 5 for foul play, like a high tackles or a penalty reversal. Balls popping out of sides, out of sides of breakdowns. Kicks going directly out, charge downs. It was a car crash after car crash. So yeah, I would get solace of, that second half territory, and that's just would give me some sort of comfort.
Just over my side, one positive tonight, Warwick Galant.
Superb.
I just want to say, obviously there was big criticism from the media, from the public, when we went on tour. People called him for him to get dropped, and we've seen that form now, 2022, when you guys actually won the URC. Are you satisfied with where Warwick is now at the moment? Because he was unbelievable today.
He was thrilled. It's been good last few weeks. Really chuffed for him. I thought the problem with what we did didn't really lie with the outside backs. He was great. Yeah.
I'm just going forward right now. How small is that margin for error in the competition?
No, it's what I said. The score's 40-22, a hiding, and that's really tough to take. But as I said, if Evan got that ball down, I would have thought the momentum was us. And that's one of the beauties of rugby now. It's so small margin, small things at critical moments. So what's the question again? I've lost track. It is small margins. But but you can't come to Loftus against a team as good as the Bulls and lose 5 lineouts and give away whatever the teens amount of penalties, and that's controllable by us.
Plus, John mentioned small margins of errors. You look at the log now, Stormers are 7th. How much work now needs to be put in by the team and the players itself to ensure that at least you finish somewhere near the top 4? Because again, the training theme is home playoff is probably everything in this tournament, and you'll know better than anyone else that the Stormers have been the biggest beneficiaries of home playoffs in the past seasons, in the past 2 seasons of the URC.
Yeah, I think at the moment after this game, I think we have to reflect on ourselves first. You're going to look at the log now and wish or hope where you want to end. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot. I think we need to get back onto what we're doing, what we did. We didn't do it tonight. But we're doing good and great, and we didn't do it tonight. So I think at the moment we must look at ourselves and look at the next game. Next game is Edinburgh, a quality side as well, full of internationals as well. So to rectify what we did wrong tonight is the next main objective. I think if you start looking at the log and starting to think and plan what you want to achieve, you're not going to do it. So at the moment, a lot of self-perspective, if that's a word. I think that's a goal at the moment personally for my side. The guys have to look at that.
Good evening, gentlemen. Dobbo, unlucky with that one. Just Dobbo, can you just give us your review, because you looked very distorted, and obviously we're looking here from the Super Sport screens. So just give us a brief review of today's game. After the wedding, of course.
No, I think they've summed it up well in the room here. Looking distraught because just so many uncharacteristic mistakes we made. The discipline really frustrated us. If you give away 7 or 8 penalties in a row at the start of a game, you're going to struggle to get into the game. So that and maybe some lineouts like I suggested here. were really hurt us. But I think it's important to also give credit to the Bulls for creating such an occasion, for playing like they did, putting us under the pressure they did. It's not like there's penalties we thought, oh hell, the referee's got that wrong. They put us under pressure. So yeah, it was a good Bulls performance and a good occasion for South African rugby. I would like to have made it much closer, got a bonus point or two out of it, probably. But just it felt a bit, as Liam says, a bit uncharacteristic of us in terms of some of those areas, like the discipline and the line out. But well done to the Bulls putting pressure on us and laying on such an occasion.
Hi Deon, hi Dobbo. For both of you guys, it seemed like, in previous Bulls Stormers games, it was the Bulls who were a bit over-eager and making uncharacteristic errors, which they didn't do in other games, and you guys held the composure. And tonight it seemed like the other way around, where you guys were chasing it a bit more and were a bit more frantic. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I think, like I said yesterday, the team that starts well in these type of games gets upper hand, and I think they put us under pressure from minute one. Our own fault, kick-off, knock the ball, corner, maul try, penalty, over 10 points. 10 points behind, it's not even 10 minutes gone in the game. So you're always playing catch-up rugby. And up in the IFL, it takes you the first 10 minutes just to get into it. It's not an excuse, but I think we were our worst enemies tonight in all aspects of the game. Clinically, small stuff, that's basic stuff. I think spoke about it in the change room. Small basic stuff that loses you games. That's what happened tonight.
And I guess Dobbo also with the conditions, it was probably a bit tricky to hold on to the ball and get through phases. But a few times you guys actually held on to the ball, you looked good and really put him under pressure.
Yeah,
not at all. I think it wasn't slippery at all. I think a bit of rain before the game, but the ball was dry and stuff. Like I said, individual errors, cynical, almost want to call stupid. That's how I felt during the game, stupid errors. It's against a quality Bull side that's on form now. If you do that, they're going to punish you, and that's exactly what happened tonight. And we just kept on playing catch-up rugby and trying to force stuff, and we didn't pitch to force that stuff. I don't know mentally what. Don't have the answers yet. Have to go watch the game.
Just one more from me, Dobbo. At 1915, the guys at least showed some real fighting spirit to get back into it. And like you said, if the try had gone Evans' way, it could have been a 4-point game.
Yeah, and I think we had the momentum there, like I say. I thought 1915 probably flattered us a little bit up where we were in the first half. But my word for that, sort of up until we had that sort of steam, it was a Canaan's try. Up until then, I thought we had them really, we were playing some nice stuff. And that gives me a lot of hope going forward. The Stormers' way, the way Marnie and Warwick were threading us through, it was good. So that gives me some hope for the future.
Hard lines, guys, on the loss tonight. Dobbo, how do you think Jason Bryden would sum up that game and looking forward just to the rest of the season?
The Jason Hater would say it was a complete dog show, bro. I can't say more than that. But we must be churlish not to just look at our own faults. The Bulls, they put us under a lot of pressure tonight. Deserve to win the game.
Brian, I just want to ask, did that delay affect you guys in any way in terms of preparation, warm-ups and whatever?
It's not ideal, but no, you can't search for excuses. It's the same for the Bulls as well. It's part of nature, literally speaking. But no, not at all. I think we're professional enough, and no, not at all. Not for me.
Was the warm-up longer, or what happened when you guys heard the game was going to be delayed?
Probably a bit more tougher for me. I was warm after the first warm-up, and then you cool down, and then this all joints need to get going again. So, not too long. I think we managed it well. I think we went out again and did a quick warm-up again. I think that got the guys going. Probably not enough if you look at the first 10 minutes, but no, I don't think we can use that as an excuse at all.
Yeah, just Branus, something I also spoke about myself could say, the breakdowns. You've been brilliant the last 2.5 seasons, right? And Dobbo spoke about uncharacteristic things. We never saw any turnover from tonight.
I got one.
Did you?
I got one.
Very unusual.
Come on.
You've been so strong in that point. Do you think just the The Bulls did their homework in that. So
No, not all. I think I couldn't get the opportunity. I think that we made so many mistakes. They got penalties and it was a line-outs, and then so there was no open plays. There was no opportunity to search for that for that steal. Yeah, that's what a bit frustrating for me. I didn't feel I got into the game because there was no. Didn't play more than 6 phases. I feel where you can hunt for those opportunities. So it was a weird game in a way. That's why I say I have to go look at the game again. So that answers your questions.
Dobbo, when you get an emphatic derby result like this, win or lose, and you prepare for the next game, in this case obviously it's a foreign team, how difficult is it to put the derby?
I think we're a bit lucky now. It is an issue, and it's done us damage, like those tour done. It's definitely done us damage. But the alignment camp and having everybody, not having a match, a sort of league match this week, and having a nice trip for the guys who go on the trip, and then a week to get ready, 2 weeks to get ready for Edinburgh, it'd be fine. Yeah, and there are nuggets in this performance that sort of show who we are. So, yeah, if I say we're back in the saddle next week and the URC must win, I think we'd be a bit more pressure than we are.
Deon, how difficult is it to captain a side, and Dobbo, you called it a horror show, and turn the things around on the field?
Oh, that's a frustrating thing. Spoke about it before the game, about mid-earth penalties. I joked to Dobbo after the game. I said he's not allowed to say that before a game anymore because I feel every time you say it, we do it. I think, but it's frustrating. That's why I say it's such a stupid penalties for me. I spoke to the guys afterwards. If you go look at the review, you don't want to hear sorry. Sorry is not going to help. It's about what you can do better and how you can rectify it and do better in the next game. So yeah, it's frustrating, especially as a captain, getting that message over and the ref is in your ear as well because 8 penalties in a row. Sometimes the ref has to pull a card, and I think we need to have a hard look at ourselves. I think we pitched up. I think the things will just happen again, like the 7 previous occasions, and not with this Bull side at the moment. They've grown, they're a better side, they're performing, and you have to do better. So.
Are there any significant mistakes that you guys made that you could maybe improve on for the next game?
It's just individual, personal errors. I think our game plan has shown through the season it's working. It's just silly individual errors, losing the ball in contact, on the ground, offside. It's all the controllables, things that you can control. And if you can't control that, then you probably have to start looking at other players.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys.